Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything, channel likes Try Anything, so you don't have to. Today's video is going to be a tutorial video on the CASIO AWX-10 TWINCEPT digital or analog digital watch, which has a module number of 1350. So to kick things off, this watch has what is known as the TWINCEPT display. Now what that means is you've got the benefit of having analog hands, but if I press the button or the start stop button at the bottom right hand corner, you have what is the LCD digital display. Now if the digital display is switched off, you do still have the benefit of pressing the other pusher, which is the mode pusher, and you can see what would be the stopwatch, the lap recall, the timer, countdown timer mode, the alarm, and the hand setting mode. So let's go back to the timekeeping mode. But as I said, to see the time and the date listed down the bottom, you press start stop, and as you can see, what you've got here is the time. So you've got, it's indicating PM for the afternoon, you got the hour, the minute, and the seconds. And if I press this start stop button again, you will see the date displayed, which has got the day of the week, the month, and the date within the month. So again, to turn it off, you just press start stop again, time, date and day, and to turn it off. So let's turn it back on, because what the next thing I'm going to show you how to operate will be the date and time adjustment on this watch, including the 12 and 24 hour feature. So to adjust the date and time, I would probably make sure that you've got the date and time displayed, and what you need to do is just press the adjust lap reset button at the top right hand corner of the watch. Keep your finger down. What you'll start to see is the seconds display. Now to reset the seconds, if it's over 30 seconds, it will advance the minutes by 1. If it is under 30 seconds, you want to reset them, it'll just reset the seconds. To move it along to what would be the hours, you press the mode button, and I want to say press it, go back to, I want to put it back to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you keep your finger down on it, it will advance the hour value quite quickly. And then if I want to just do it a bit slower, I just keep pressing it slowly. The next one is obviously the minutes, so again press start stop to advance the value by 1, or keep your finger down on the start stop button to advance it quickly. To go forward again, it's 12 hour. So if I just change it to 24 hour there, you can see as I start to go through the other options that it's now displaying as 4700 hours. But if I want to change it back to again to 12 hour, just go through to where it says 24 hour and change it to 12H, and that means it's now in the 12 hour format. To advance it once again, it'll allow you to change the date or the year, as it were. Moving on again, you can change the month, the date within the month, and then press it one more time to advance it to the day within the week. And then you can just stop all the adjustments by pressing the adjust button at the top right hand corner. And there you go, you're back to the time. So that's how to amend the date and time and the 12 and 24 hour formats on this CASIO AWX-10 TWINCEPT watch. So the next function to show you how to use on this watch is the stopwatch function. So if you press from the main timekeeping mode once, and you'll get ST, which stands for the stopwatch function. And what you can see here, you're presented by the TWINCEPT display of the elapsed time being 0 and the 3 dials that are featured above. Now it's easy to operate this watch, and what you can do, start and stop, and also you can record up to 20 laps or lap times on this watch. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to start and stop the elapsed time. So to start the elapsed time, you'll see it there. So what you've got is 3 digital displays here, which measure, obviously that's measuring 100th of a second, and that's measuring tens of seconds, and then that will measure up to a minute there. If you want to stop this the elapsed time from occurring, you just press start stop. If you want to recommence it, you just press start stop again, and then press it one more time to stop it. And then to reset it, you just press the top right hand button there, and that resets the elapsed time. Now to record lap times, what you do is make sure it's all zeroed off, and then just press start stop. And instead of pressing start stop again, you press what would be the lap button, or the adjust lap reset button in the top right hand corner. So there you go, it's got 1 lap, the first lap recorded, and then if you want to go again, it's got another lap recorded, another one, it's got lap 3 recorded, and then you can just keep going on until you fill that 20 lap memory. So I stop recording a lapse, so it'll go back to elapsed time after it's been finished. And then I want to just start and stop it, so I want to stop it as it were the elapsed time and then reset it. Now the next function after that is the recall mode, and that recall mode will allow you to go through the lapse that you've just recorded via the stopwatch. Now just one thing to be aware of before I go into the recall mode is that every time you use the stopwatch it will delete the previously recorded lap times. So as long as you remember that, then you'll be great. So if I press it again, the mode button, one thing to mention as well, anytime you mess about with any of the modes, or if you make changes or activate or use a stopwatch, countdown, timer, or alarm, it'll always, as soon as you press mode, it'll always go back to the timekeeping mode. So let's go to the recall mode, and that's where you start to see the lap. It comes straight after the stopwatch mode, and as you can see, if I press start stop, you can see the recordings of the previous activation of the stopwatch where we recorded, I believe, those 6 lap times. So as you can see, it's all listed there, and that's how you use the recall mode. Now to delete all the lap times without activating the stopwatch, you keep your finger on the adjust button in the top right hand corner, and as you can see, for a couple of seconds, as you can see, you'll get an audible beep and the laps will reset to 0. And that's how you use the recall mode on this watch. The next mode to talk about will be the countdown alarm mode. So the countdown alarm mode is accessed if you just press mode a couple of times from the main timekeeping screen. You'll see TR for the time, which refers to the timer, and what you'll greeted with is the 3 TWINCEPT graphic displays at the top and also the countdown time at the bottom. Now what this watch will allow you to do is to go up to 60 minutes in terms of a countdown timer. Now if the value is reset to 0 and you press start stop, it'll count down from them 60 minutes to 0. Now the only thing to mention as well with this watch, it will beep 10 seconds before the countdown timer has reached 0. So as I say, it is counting down the time from 60 minutes, and if you want to stop that, you press start stop, and if you reset it, you press reset at the top. Now you can adjust the timer to suit a time in which you want to count down from. So while the timer, or while the timer's not working, if you press the adjust button at the top, this will allow you to adjust the minutes. So if we say 5 minutes for 5, and then if I want to adjust the seconds, so it's like 10 seconds, you just do that. So you press the mode button to advance it 1, and then you press start stop to advance the value by 1. And then what I will do is start to press the adjust button at the top right hand corner to stop the adjustment. And as you can see, the graphic displays have indicated, I believe that's the 5 and the seconds, etc. So if I press start stop now, what you'll see is the countdown timer graphic displays are counting down, as is the actual numerical time just there. Start stop to stop it, lap reset to reset it. And again, if I want to change it again and I want to put it back to 0, you just press them to adjust it, and then if I just go back to 0. Now unfortunately, if you go too far over, you've got to go back all the way around again around the values, so it won't let you go backwards. You can only go forwards in your adjustments. So again, back to there, press mode to move it on, and then let's just get it back to 0, 0. And there you go, it's zeroed off. And then I press adjust lap reset, and there you go, that's the timer zeroed off. So again, when she's pressed start stop, it'll start counting down from 60 minutes. But that's how you use the countdown timer alarm on this watch. Now the next mode to show you how to operate is the alarm. Now this watch has a single daily alarm as well as an hourly signal. Now to do so, go to press mode, and you start to just go through the modes that this watch has, and you'll go to the alarm. Now that either may be featured like this, or it may be featured like that. Now if it's featured like that, that means the alarm isn't activated, so it will not go off at a predetermined time. But if it is on like that, that means it will go off at 7:30 in the morning, or whatever time you have set that for. So let's just turn the alarm off and then just turn the alarm on. It's as easily done as that, as pressing the start stop at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Now if I want to adjust the time for the alarm, I just press the adjust button at the top right hand corner, and as you can see, it starts to flash. Now if I want to adjust it, obviously I just press the start stop as you would, and as you can see, I'm just going through the time range. Now because I've got the timekeeping mode set in the 12-hour format, it will indicate the afternoon with a P, but if you've got it set in what would be the 24-hour format, it will indicate it in the 100 hours, so it'll be like 1300 hours, 1400 hours, etc. Now I want to go back to say at 7:30. I want this watch to go off at 7:30 in the morning, and you can easily do so by doing that. And then if you press mode, that'll allow you to adjust the minutes, so you just press the start stop to go up. And if I'm happy with the alarm time that I've got it set at, you just press the adjust just to stop the adjustment of the alarm time. Now, as I say, this watch also has an hourly signal. So if you want to activate the hourly signal, you press the adjust for a couple of seconds and the alarm will start to flash. You press the mode to move it along, and then what you're moving it along to is where it says a colon and 2 dashes. That means the hourly signal is turned off. But if I want to turn it on, you press it so you'll see double zeros, and what that means, the alarm will beep on the hour every hour. But if I want to turn it off, I just press the start stop again. While I'm looking at this colon with the 2 dashes, that means the hourly signal is off, the hourly signal is on, the hourly signal is off. So just to that shows you how to operate the hourly signal. And then if I want to come out of that, I just press the adjust button, and that will take me back to the alarm to say that the alarm is activated. And again, if I want to just deactivate the alarm, you just press that. And that is how to operate the alarm function on the CASIO AWX-10 TWINCEPT digital analog watch. Now, the final thing to show you is what's known as hand setting mode. What that means is, in this instance, the LCD digital display, which is displaying 2:01 p.m, is separate to what would be the analog hands here. So I've shown you how to adjust the LCD display. Now you need to adjust the hands, and to do so you just press the mode button a couple of times, and that will take you to where it says H set, and that means hand setting. And if you press the adjust button at the top right hand corner, what you'll see is the time flashing. And if I keep pressing the start stop button, you'll notice the hands will advance or go around the analog dial. Now if I want to, say for example, I want to set it for 4 o'clock. Now I've spun around the dial and I just want to set it so it is on the 4 o'clock. So if you press it, I believe it will advance by about 30 seconds on the actual hands. And there you go, it is at 4 o'clock. And again, if I just press the adjust button, that's the hands now set. Now, obviously, as I know, the hands are at a different time to what the LCD digital display is. So I want to set it for whatever the LCD digital display is. So again, press the adjust button. And what you'll notice is the timekeeping LCD display is flashing the time there. So I want to get it to what would be 2:02 p.m. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly speed up this video, because while it is quite quick, it still isn't massively quick, and I'm sure you don't want to be waiting. Right, we're nearly there. So again, I'm just going to press this a couple of times just to get it to as close to 2:03 or maybe 2:04 as possible. So again, I'm just pressing this a little bit, just once, just to get the minute hand to advance just lightly, and there you go. I'm probably as close as I can be to, or near enough to 2:04. Now if I just want to stop that, I just press the adjust lap reset, and that will go back to hand setting mode, or it will turn the hand setting mode adjustment off, and that's it. So I just go back to my main screen, and that is how you set the hands on the CASIO AWX-10 TWINCEPT analog digital watch. And there is also one more little thing to show you on this watch, and that is the auto display function. Now the auto display function is a function that will display the different screens on this watch every couple of seconds. Now it's very easy to operate, and once you do have it operated, you can't mess with any other functions on this watch. So keep your finger on the mode button, and what you'll get is an audible beep, and as you can see, it's starting to cycle through the different screens that this watch has. And to turn it back off, because obviously you can't use the watch while I mean the watch will count the time, but you can't use any of the functions of this watch. Keep your finger on the mode button, and then you'll get a beep, and then you'll be presented with the LCD digital display, which you can then turn off if you wish, or turn back on by pressing the start stop button. And that, in a nutshell, is the CASIO AWX-10 TWINCEPT analog digital watch. If you want to see more videos from the We Try Anything channel, click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching the video. I hope it was of some help, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.